What city are you in?
Calabasas.
Yeah, there's no way I would want to do that.
Mike Tyson just punched Jake Paul right in the face, and honestly, who didn't see that coming? Jake went and did something so ridiculously out of line that even Tyson, who normally couldn't care less about anyone's personal drama, had to throw hands. See, Mike's not here to trash talk your girlfriend or your latest brand hustle. That's not his style. But when you mess with the sport, disrespect the game, that's when Tyson's fists start itching. And let's be real, Jake totally had this punch coming. Whatever he did, it was dumb enough to make even Tyson lose his cool, and honestly, it was completely justified. So the first thing you're probably wondering is, what in the world did Jake do to deserve getting punched by Mike Tyson? And trust me, we'll get to that juicy bit soon enough. But before we spill the tea on Jake's latest blunder, you've got to understand the insane amount of effort Tyson is putting into this comeback, because without that context, you won't fully grasp the level of frustration that led to Tyson's fist meeting Jake's face. Here's the deal: Mike Tyson, the living legend whose name alone sends shivers down spines, is gearing up for something that sounds like it was ripped straight from a movie script, stepping back into the ring at 58 years old. And this isn't just some casual stroll down memory lane. Oh no, it's a full-on gloves-off showdown with none other than Jake Paul, the YouTuber who decided to try his hand at boxing and somehow turned the sport on its head. And as it's no surprise to you that this fight, set for November 15, 2024, isn't just some exhibition match to entertain the masses. It's a battle of
Full-bore, 100% fight. It's not even an exhibition. It counts on their professional record, so it's a professional fight.
As the fight date inches closer, the whole boxing world is collectively losing its mind. I mean, think about it. How could Tyson, who's been chilling in retirement, even think about taking on someone as young and spry as Jake Paul? But Tyson isn't just thinking about it, he's going at it like a man possessed at 58. When most people are complaining about their knees and avoiding stairs, Tyson is out here defying every rule in the book. His training camp is not your regular run-of-the-mill prep. Tyson is going all in, pushing himself harder than ever. He's doing it with the kind of equipment that would make even the top fighters drool. We're talking about gloves that aren't just gloves, they're high-tech, custom-made power enhancers molded to fit his legendary fists like a second skin. These babies are designed to make sure that when Tyson throws a punch, it lands. With the same devastating force it did back in the day, maybe even harder. Music. But that's just the start. Tyson's also diving into some next-level reflex training. Forget about the old school speed bag. He's working with gear that practically reads his mind, reacting to his every move in real time. The result: Tyson's reflexes are sharper than a new pair of shears, making him just as quick and deadly as he was when he was in his prime.
You do that, right? You punch like this, never back up. You punch, boom, 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 and move. Whatever punch it is, the last one you move on that side. Alright? And understand, you should never back up.
And let's not even talk about endurance training. At 58, most people are considering slowing down, maybe taking up golf or something, but Tyson, he's pounding away on state-of-the-art treadmills that simulate uphill runs, pushing his heart and lungs to the limit. While most people his age are thinking about retirement, Tyson's thinking about how to obliterate his opponent. And then there's Jake Paul. Poor Jake, he's stepping into the ring with Tyson, who's more ready, more fired up, and more dangerous than anyone could have imagined. This isn't just about Tyson proving he's still got it. It's about showing that age is just a number when you've got the heart of the lion. And here's where things get downright disturbing for anyone who shelled out cash for a ticket to this so-called fight of the century. While Mike Tyson is out there sweating buckets in the gym, giving it everything he's got at 58 years old, Jake Paul has been sweating too, just not in the way you'd expect from someone gearing up to face a living legend. Nope. AR guy Jake seems more interested in sweating it out on the dance floor than in the ring. Pictured this okay no scratch that, let's just say, while Tyson's pounding away in his hardcore training sessions, Jake's been spotted living it up in Paris, as if this upcoming bout is just another fancy event on his busy social calendar. It was August 14, 2024, when Jake Paul was seen at the ultra-exclusive Lark nightclub. Guys coming through JR, he was mingling with Sullivan, sipping cocktails that probably cost more than my monthly rent. And brace yourself, indulging in a few substances that, let's be real, should be the last thing on the mind of someone about to step into the ring with a beast like Tyson. That happened on August 17, 2024, when images popped up of Jake at an after-party in IP, where Jake was caught red-handed, or should I say drink in hand, with a cocktail in one hand and a cigarette in the other, surrounded by a crowd that looked more like extras in a music video than a serious athlete. Encouraged, he could barely even make it to his car, and his bodyguards had to basically babysit him all the way to the seat.
Jake, how are you, Jake? Hey, my brother, be careful, be careful. Be careful!
And it's not just the casual fans who are shaking their heads. Boxing legends like Evander Holyfield and promoters like Eddie Hearn have gone public with their absolute bewilderment. Just listen what the biggest boxer of a century said about Tyson.
With Mike is that what Mike had told somebody, said everybody got a plan till they get hit, and he was right, because you know, if you hit, if this guy worried about you hitting him, and he Holyfield.
Holyfield, who's been in the ring with Tyson for some of the most brutal matches in history, couldn't believe what he was seeing when I was getting ready for Tyson. Holyfield said in an interview with ESP on August 8, 2024, I didn't just train, I lived and breathed boxing 25 hours a day, 8 days a week. Going up against Tyson wasn't just a fight, it was a war, and even then, Tyson was a beast. I could barely handle Jake. Paul is playing with fire, and Eddie Hearn, without even hesitating, just straight up told Jake to his face that he's never going to be a champion. Not today, not in the future, not ever. And let me tell you, it's not just the partying itself that's raising red flags. It's what it symbolizes, this carefree, borderline reckless attitude. It's painting a pretty grim picture of what might go down in that ring. Sure, Jake's got youth on his side, but youth won't save you when you're up against a fighter who's been through the wars, who knows exactly what it takes to survive, and whose training, like his legacy, is on the line. Tyson's discipline is the stuff of legend, and for good reason. It's what made him one of the greatest of all time. Jake Paul's carefree approach is
on the planet is Jake Paul. Why? I mean, if Mike Tyson says let's do this, are you down? 100%.
And today, I stumbled upon something that made everything click into place. Mike Tyson saw this train wreck coming from a mile away. Seriously, remember how just a month before his highly anticipated clash with Tyson, Jake Paul decided to step into the ring with Mike Perry? Yeah, that fight on July 20th, 2024, where Jake managed to snag a 6th round TKO victory, put this in 218. On the surface, it seemed like Jake was adding another shiny trophy to his growing collection. But if you look closer, you'll see that this so-called victory came with a price tag that's way too steep, especially with the Tyson fight looming from the get-go. This Perry fight was like that bad idea you know you shouldn't follow through, but do anyway, because, well, who doesn't love a little chaos? Mike Tyson, ever the wise old sage, was crystal clear about his thoughts on Jake's decision. He straight up told Jake to focus on the November 15th showdown, stay in top-notch condition, and avoid any unnecessary risks. His advice was like a golden rule. You don't play games before facing a storm, but Jake, always hungry for the spotlight, decided to roll the dice. He craved that hype, the thrill of another fight, and of course the chance to keep everyone talking about it, so he ignored Tyson's seasoned wisdom, and now it looks like that decision is coming back to haunt him. Fast forward to July 24th, 2024, just days after his fight with Perry. Jake hops on a podcast with Logan Paul, and what does he admit?
Stopping the fight, yeah. But I don't know, my arms are sore as fuck today from all the punches.
The Perry fight clearly took a toll on Jake. Perry, who's known for his rugged brawler style, didn't exactly go easy on him. It was a brutal match with both guys trading heavy hits right from the start. Sure, Jake pulled off the win, but at what cost? His face told the story. Bruises, swelling, all the lovely souvenirs from Perry's relentless attacks. And let's not forget the internal damage, the kind that doesn't show up in Instagram photos, but hits you when you try to get out of bed the next day. But this time the message Tyson is sending is crystal clear. This fight is serious, and if Jake doesn't treat it as such, there will be consequences. Huge, financially devastating consequences for a guy whose entire career has been about making opponents pay in the ring. It's only fitting that Tyson would now be ready to make Jake Paul pay in the courtroom if need be, in a world where money often speaks louder than words. Tyson's ultimatum is a reminder that sometimes the threat of losing everything can be the ultimate wake-up call.